Imagine you are standing in the rain. If I say, you could use my umbrella, I'm offering one possible option. If I say, you should use my umbrella, I'm giving you a recommendation. But if I say, if you asked, you would use my umbrella, I am describing a certain outcome that depends on a specific condition. Could indicates possibility, should expresses advice or likelihood, and would identifies a definite yet hypothetical result. Understanding these three modal verbs is the key to expressing scenarios that haven't actually happened. They function as the engine that drives the meaning of a conditional statement. Every conditional sentence is built from two halves. You have the if clause, which sets up the condition, and the main clause, which delivers the result. In this structure, our modal verbs act as helpers that live strictly within the main clause to flavor that result. Mastering these scenarios isn't just a matter of vocabulary. It requires strictly enforcing which types of verbs belong in which conceptual box. This formula represents the second conditional, used to describe highly unlikely situations in the present or future. We use the simple past in the F clause and pair it with would or could plus a base verb in the main clause. If I won the lottery, I would buy a house. You'll notice should is absent from this formula. This is because we rarely give practical advice for situations that are logically impossible or pure fantasy. When using the verb to be in these hypothetical setups, standard conjugation changes. For all subjects, even I or he, you must use were. So if I were a bird, I could fly. The second conditional is the specific tool used to communicate these alternate present realities. To talk about the past, specifically events that never happened, we have to push our verbs one step further backward in time. This is the third conditional. The result requires a heavy verb stack, would, could, or should, followed by have and a past participle. Because it's dense, dropping have is a common error, but this have block is a non-negotiable piece of the structure. While structurally heavy, the third conditional is the only way to accurately express past regrets, missed opportunities, or alternate histories. We've reached a common friction point, the trap of placing would or will inside the if clause itself. While you may hear this in casual conversation, it is an error in formal English and on standardized tests. The if clause requires the past perfect, had, not a modal verb. Let's test that rule. Pause the video and correct this sentence, applying the requested advice flavor. The answer is, if I had seen her yesterday, I should have told her the truth. We use past perfect for the condition and should have for advice. Keeping modal verbs out of the if clause is one of the most reliable ways to align your speech and writing with the standards of formal English. Consider this scenario. You missed a flight because you forgot your passport. Challenge yourself to express this past regret with a definite hypothetical result. To get there, we use the past perfect in the condition and our certain modal stack in the result. If I had remembered my passport, I would have caught my flight. This formula creates a direct link between an unrealized cause and its definitive alternative effect. Remember the roles: could for possibility, should for advice, and would for certainty. Our final golden rule remains: keep would out of the if clause. Save this mental matrix. You now have the grammatical framework to describe unrealized possibilities in the present and past with accuracy and confidence.